Now that we know how to install Grafana, it's now time to go into the details of Grafana and understand the architecture of Grafana, or you can say it's a time to get the overview of the internal structure of the Grafana and different modules or different settings that are provided by Grafana. So this session is a bit of an overview where I'm going to talk about different utilities which are given by Grafana, which we are going to utilize in our entire coming sessions. So to begin with the session, as I told you that we need to make sure that as Grafana is something which is running as a service, so you have to make sure that the service is on for the Grafana. And if you observe my service window, the Grafana service has been now currently running. There is another thing which also talked about in my earlier videos that Grafana is built on the top of React. So what you need to make sure is that you hit the URL which is mapping to the port of the React, which is 3000. So I'm going to launch my Grafana home screen by saying localhost colon 3000. So this will take you to the home screen of Grafana where you need to log in. The default setting for this particular Grafana, which has been configured by me in my installations, is you are going to have the username as admin and password as admin, and you'll be able to log in, and this will take you to the home screen. Now, firstly, many times it will happen that when you try to log in with the admin username and admin password, it will ask you for the reconfiguration of the password. So as if now you don't have to worry about this thing much, you can keep it as it is and you can press skip and you can go back to the home screen. So this is what the home screen that you will get when you log in as a Grafana administrator first time. Now, this is a big kind of a content which you can see on my screen, which contains a lot of panels. So ideally, this is one of the panel. This is one of the panel. There are certain sub panels into that. Then below that, you can observe that there is still more stuff which talks about something which is called as a dashboard. Then there is other things which is called as the latest from the blog which is coming from Grafana and all these things. So there are certain buzzwords which will come every now and then with the Grafana. Like I'll be talking about the dashboards, panels, and all that stuff. And these buzzwords will become the routine practices for you when we are going to go throughout this journey of Grafana. So let's talk about the other utilities and other contents on the screen, which will be very important thing to understand as a part of our overview. Of course, we do have separate sessions for most of the content that is going to be displayed on this screen. But as I told you that this is a session where I'm going to talk about overview. So let's start from the very bottom where we are going to see that this question mark icon, which will give you some documentation aspect, some support you want to capture from the Grafana team, and they will be always there to support you if anything goes wrong and if there is any query that you want to push to them. Followed by that, this is where you can give some preferences and you can also change your password. As I told you that when I logged in first time, it gave me the option of changing the password rather. So if you want to change it later on, here is the location from where you can change your password. And as I told you that you can have preferences, and if I go into the preferences, you can have your name, email address, username and password, and UI theme that you want to use and all that stuff, which will be available over here, right? And you can sign out if you wish. Followed by that, there is a server admin panel which will be given to you. Now, inside this server panel, you will be having this users option where you will get the list of the users which you have created. By default, there is only single user which is called as an admin. You can create a new user by clicking this, and that will be also displayed over here. You can search the users if there are a hell number of users which are present into this particular Grafana panel which is created for you as an administrator. You can create your own organizations. By default, there is a main organization which is your own organization as an assumption, but you can add the other organizations as well. Then there is a settings and there is a statistical information which will tell you the number of users, number of admins, editors, viewers, active users, active admins, and all that stuff. And of course, you can upgrade the Grafana as and when the new upgrades will come into the picture. So that's all about server admin. Followed by that, there is some configuration that you can do, and this is a configuration which will be generally used for the users. So this is the window for administration rights and all that stuff, and this is the window, or this is the utility rather, which is used for the user's perspective in Grafana. So if I click on the configurations, you will see data sources, users, teams, plugins, preferences, and API keys. The data sources is something where I connect to my database. Right now, I don't have any data source connected. So in my next session, when I'm going to talk about data source connectivity, you will see that how to add the data source and how it will be displayed in this panel. Then the number of users which are present over here. By default, admin is also kind of a user, so you will be able to see admin over here. Change that you can see is here. There is no create a user or add a user option here, which you could see in our server admin users window. So here it was a new user, but when I go to configuration, which is in perspective with users, you get to see only in white. You will not able to create a new user over here. So this will display just list of the users and their role throughout this Grafana portal. Then there are teams. You can split up into different teams, and different users can be connected with the different teams. The different plugins that may be required for your Grafana configurations that are available over here. So according to the requirement, you can connect to any of these plugins. Of course, we are going to talk about plugins and which plugins are going to be used for what content. I'm going to talk about that when I go to the respective sessions. But from this particular window, you can connect with the plugins and you can pull that plugins for your Grafana configuration. And then there is a preferences, which is typically the organization profile preferences, and there is API key. API key is something basically which is used for the authentication purpose. It is also called as authentication API, where you can create an API token and that can be used as an API key. That will come under security section of my Grafana. So that's all about configuration settings. Then there is something which is called as alerting, which is really interesting feature. Uh, Alerting is the way by which you create, you can say, the notification based on some conditions. Let's say, for example, I'm connecting to the database and I want to alert to the user if my products are lesser than a particular limit. Let's say, for example, I have a store database with me, and I want to make sure that whenever a particular product goes as a quantity below than 10, I want to generate an alert so that the store manager can take out some call to fill the product inside a store so that the limit will be always intact. So this is the role which the alert will play during your Grafana configurations, and that can be done by using this notification channel. So notification channel is a way by which you will be able to notify the users about the alerts which has been generated. We are going to talk about that in the alerting as well. And then it comes to explore, where you can explore different things about the data source and all that thing that will be displayed over here. Right now, there is no data source connected, but explore is something by which you will be able to test your query. So what you need to do is that you need to add the data source, and if you add the data source, you will be able to connect with the tables, and then you can write a query, run a query, check what you are getting is according to your expectations or not, and then you can use it in your dashboard. So explore is a way where you can actually test the scenarios and you can test your queries, find out whether the queries fit into their scenarios, and then use it in your actual Grafana dashboards. So that's about explore. And then comes one of the most important thing, which is called as a dashboard. If I click on this dashboard, it will take you here, because this is something which is actually a dashboard which is present. So this is a default dashboard which is given to you. You can remove this panel and then it will be a plain dashboard by that way. You can manage the dashboard, and inside manage you are going to have the new dashboard, or you can have the new folder, or you can import the existing dashboard. Along with this managed dashboard gives you two more facilities or utilities, I would say. One is called as a playlist, where playlist in Grafana is the way by which all the dashboards that you are created will be displayed to you in the sequence as a part of the list. You might use a playlist to build the situational awareness or to present your metrics to your team or your visitors. What Grafana does, it automatically scales the dashboard to any resolution, which makes them perfectly for the big screen. So even you can connect your dashboards, all your dashboard to a screen, and you can show it to the end user as a part of your playlist. So uh, that's a very important feature when you are working into bigger organization approach where you're going to use your dashboards. And then comes something which is called as your snapshots. And a snapshot is an instance way to share the interactive dashboard publicly. So when created, we strip the sensitive data like queries, the panel links, and we keep only the visible metric data and series name, which could be embedded into the dashboard, and that snapshot is given to end user in the format of URL. So you have to only click the URL and the dashboard will be visible to him. So you don't have to probably enter into the dashboard and see all the other unnecessary steps which you have created as a part of your design. So that's what about the snapshot which is present inside a dashboard. So this is entire structure of your Grafana. What we are mainly concerned is with this initially, what we are going to do is that we are going to talk about this dashboard, that how do I create a dashboard. So in my next session, I'm going to talk about how to create a dashboard. Just to give you a uh, quick scenario, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this dashboard and I'm going to generate one dashboard here. Now you can see that there is nothing which is available inside this dashboard. I need to click on this add new panel, and this will take you to something which is called as a panel title, or this will take you to something which is called as a panel. But right now you would see that there is nothing called as a data source which is connected. There is no table which is monitored and all that thing. So what I'm going to do in my next session is that I'm going to find out how do I connect to the panel, and how that panel is connected to the different databases, data source, and pull the data according to the query. So see you guys in the next session, how to create a dashboard and connecting to the data sources.